Connor and Robbie Williams and Steele and stayed at Elizabeth Hurley's in LA, etc., etc. And when I finally converted to Islam after studying the religion for 3 years and traveling a lot to Pakistan, and this was all, of course, after my first Islam teacher introduced me to Islam, completely by chance, well, I guess by the grace of God. And I'm sure you know that my first Islam teacher is someone very unlikely, who you wouldn't normally think of as an Islam teacher, but he was Imran, the former cricketer. Now, in fact, he's marching, in fact, through Waziristan today on the Peace March, anti-drones, to combat the killer drones in Waziristan. And in fact, he told me where he's marching today is where he took me all these years ago. And I'm writing about that in my book as well. And I really would like us all to pray for the people on the Peace March, that they're safe and that this march will achieve something against the drones that are killing innocent civilians. And may it make a difference. I really hope so. And maybe the people who are brave enough to be on this march be protected, and may Allah accept their efforts. So anyway, when I finally converted after our friendship was finished, it was received very badly in Germany. There was a very negative press campaign that followed the first news of my interest in Islam, and they said, is he now supporting terrorism? Has he lost the plot completely? Is he now presenting a show from behind the burqa? All these kind of things. And shortly after, I was invited on a chat show with a bunch of Islamophobes, and I didn't know. I thought this was an opportunity to talk about, our beautiful religion and as a religion of peace and so on, but nobody wanted to know. It was really more to just perpetuate the same old stereotypes. And basically, to cut a long story short, within a few weeks, I lost my youth show, and although I had a freshly signed contract, and they had begged me to present the show for another year, suddenly that wasn't worth the paper it was printed on, and I was sacked. And what had I done in the meantime? Nothing. I'd been on holiday, and it came out that I was Muslim. And so that was quite traumatic. And then actually, I never really came back in Germany on television. 11 years later, I had a 5-minute program, once a week for a few months, but that was nothing compared to what it was before. So I realized the deep-seated, Islamophobia and the lack of knowledge, more so in Europe than here. But that was, and then my agents, the TV agents, always recommended to me, if you ever want to work again in Germany, don't talk about Islam, because if anybody knows you're Muslim, any big company, they wouldn't hire you to host a gala or an award ceremony or anything like that. So I kept quiet, and this actually, strange enough, was good advice. I kept quiet about Islam, and what I did those 10 years was study the religion. I read so many books. Alhamdulillah, I found some wonderful teachers. I don't know if any of you have heard of Gay Eaton. He's written books. Maybe you stock his books, and if you don't, you should. Islam, the Destiny of Islam and the Destiny of Man is the key book, and also